All right, folks. So Megan Mooney here, Director of Communications for the City of Hobbs. I am here with Tanya Allen. If you want to introduce yourself, Tanya.
Hi, I'm Tanya Allen. I'm an Access Services Librarian here at the Hobbs Public Library.
So what are we doing today?
We are doing a virtual reality tour with the Friends of the Library group.
If everyone wants to give a wave, say hi.
Hi.
So these ladies do tremendous work for our library. They help to make it a great facility with wonderful resources available every day to you, our citizens, over here on Ship Street. So we are going to do our virtual reality tour. It's with these goggles here, and some of the places that we could visit through this are?
We're actually using the Google Expeditions app.
Okay, cool. So what are some of the locations that are available through that app?
There are actually 900 videos.
Wow, okay.
We can go just almost anywhere.
Okay, so where are we going today?
We are actually going to be visiting land, sea, and air.
Air, oh, okay, cool. So the first one is in some glaciers?
Yes, it is. It's in the
Okay.
glaciers, and then we have Bryce Canyon, and we also have a Kilauea volcano.
Okay, now how was it that you all were able to bring this kind of amenity to the Hobbs Public Library?
The Friends of the Library put in a grant to the United Way of Lee County, and we got it.
Oh, yay! So all thanks to these ladies. Back to them. Would any of you like to share anything about the grant process or how it was? And it was with United Way, so as you stated, so anything that made you why this was something you focused on, what attracted you to it?
We were asked to do this by the library director and several other people who had input. That included Tanya. And we went, I wrote the grant from information I was given, and then we had to make a presentation to the United Way Committee for the Community Innovation Grant, and they were pleased and we were pleased, and to begin with they funded the whole thing, and then the company upped the price, so the Friends kicked in the rest of the money, and I'm delighted to see what we did.
Yeah, so they're all excited. I don't know if you can see the library director back there. She's hiding off camera a little bit maybe, but Sandy just gave you all a little wave. And so these ladies, you're going to get to see their experience of the virtual reality tours, their first time going through it. Tanya's already given them the rundown and tips on how to have the best experience. So we'll have at it, ladies.
Okay. So go ahead and place your goggles, and then remember at any point you may put your goggles down if you feel dizzy or a little nauseous. Remember to move very slowly when you rotate. We are first going to paddle through the Ice Age. So step into a land where the Ice Age still lingers. Did you know some icebergs are as big as a city block? All of them have calved or broken off from the face of a glacier and been sculpted by the water. 9/10 of the ice can be hidden under the surface of the water, and they could flip over, so we don't want to get too close. So you're sitting in the kayak. Alaska Native people have been coming out here for thousands of years to enjoy the beauty of this place and to live off the land. They invented kayaks as a mode of transportation and a way to get out and hunt for the food they need to survive. Bear Glacier. If you move to where the arrow is pointing to, you'll see Bear Glacier. It is a lake glacier, ending into its own meltwater lagoon, which is where we are right now. You'll see it's not as clear as you might think. That's because of the silt that has flowed into the lagoon as the glacier melts.
So you can just follow the arrows and hit the bullseye.
Yes.
When you're looking through this.
Yes. I will be highlighting those points that are pointing to the arrows and giving you just a tad bit more information on that particular site. So now we're going to rappel into a glacier. Here I am. And you have a sidekick next to you. You're inside Exit Glacier, one of the smallest glaciers flowing out of the Harding ice field. While Exit is one of the most visited parts of the national park, very few people get the chance to walk on the ice or venture into one of its crevices. Look up. Look up towards towards the opening. We're being guided 40 feet below the surface of a glacier. It looks so still down here, but what you can't see is the constant movement of the ice, which recedes about 50 feet per year on average. And don't forget to look down.
What is that down there?
The crevice in the ice.
Like a flat. It looks like something to keep me from falling all the way down.
No, they're just bumping together.
All right, are you ready to fly over a volcano?
Sure.
Take a trip to the home of Mauna Loa and Kilauea, two of the world's most active volcanoes. Together, they're responsible for creating the island of Hawaii over 300,000 years ago, and they're still alive and growing today. Kilauea has been constantly erupting since 1983, claiming over 180 buildings and daring the coastal highway. Below, explore the lava-rich vent of an active volcano. I'm now pointing in the direction of lava tubes. They act as the veins of volcanoes, transporting lava from the heart of an eruption up and out. Once in the tube, lava travels for miles, sometimes all the way to the sea. And what does lava do when it runs out of land? It becomes it. All right, now we're pointing to the helicopter you're riding in. In 1959, a Hawaiian volcano called Kilauea erupted, shooting fountains of lava up to 1,900 feet. People flocked to the park to view this amazing eruption with their own eyes. Look up. We're lucky to catch a glimpse this close to the rumble of an active volcano by helicopter. How's everybody feeling?
This is great.
Yeah, this is good.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
No one's getting any, like, seasickness or anything, air sickness.
No.
All right, we're now going to visit Bryce Canyon. In the heart of the American Southwest sits a place where the rocks take on a unique shape. This forest of stone may look permanent, but in reality it's one of the fastest changing geological landscapes on the planet.
Is that in Utah?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Just barely over. We almost made it to Bryce Canyon once.
We did.
Here you'll find rock formations called hoodoos. Does that sound familiar to anybody? They're created by cycles of freezing and thawing. During the daytime, water from melting snow trickles down inside the cracks of a rock. At night, when the water refreezes, the ice breaks open, gaps in the stone, forming jagged shapes of all kinds. And there, if you look to the left, you'll see Thor's hammer. See the towering rock peaking above the horizon? Bryce Canyon's most famous hoodoo, Thor's hammer, visible from the Navajo Trail. Thor's hammer began as a plateau, narrowed into a fin, and then transitioned into a window before it came to be the chiseled 150-foot pillar it is today.
It looks like a face over here on this other side.
Three little faces, huh? Like you have three little.
I'm talking about on the right side, down close to the bottom. Can you see?
I can see where you're seeing. This
It
is.
looks like two eyelids, a nose, and a mouth.
I do see that.
Hey. Sorry about
The
one.
neat thing about the tablet is I can actually see where all of the explorers are looking at.
Yeah.
It shows me by a happy smiley face.
I always look for unusual faces or stones that have different things in them.
So this is Bryce Canyon at night.
Wow. A meteor.
The Milky Way is the galaxy that all of the planets and stars in our solar system call home. 2/3 of Americans can no longer see it from their backyard due to light pollution. Here, the night sky is darker than almost any place in the U.S.
Wow.
Canyon are protected and treasured. They do not succumb to light pollution.
So all the lights that are on the mountainsides, is that like camping lights? I mean, like
Yes.
people going camping?
Yes.
And there's no moon? They did it when it was moonless so we could see more?
Yes.
Wow.
So of course you'll see symbols like the Big Dipper. Look up at the sparkling sky, see if you can find one of its star features, the Big Dipper. The stars that form this pattern are significant in countless cultures around the world. It is also known as the ox cart, the plow, the baking pan, or the drinking gourd.
Sorry, I can't
Can
find
you
it.
point to it again?
I don't see it.
There's so many stars, I don't know how
There's
you
actually,
determine
yes,
that,
you
what
would,
it is.
it's actually pointing to you can barely even see the Big Dipper in all
Oh,
those
those
stars in
stars,
that
that's what
one
I was-
site there.
I
Now
can see
this
the
one is
hand
pointing
was-
to the Hercules. I can kind of make Hercules out by the brighter stars. Do you see the brighter stars that are shining up there? Almost makes a V shape. You'll know Hercules by his trapezoid-shaped chest. One arm extends and holds a circular pattern of stars, while the other holds a primitive-looking club. And in his armpit, you'll see a globular star cluster. This cluster contains 1 million ancient stars, which will probably burn forever. Oh.
Wow.
All right, so let's go into a place that
I think that
we would be
need-
familiar with as New Mexico.
I think we need chairs that lay back.
If
Can
we're
go around
going
like
to be
this.
stargazing, Holly. If we're going to be stargazing, that would be great.
Which cavern is this?
The Carlsbad Caverns. You're standing 750 feet below the Earth's surface in the largest single cave chamber in North America. Bigger than 6 football fields. No natural light has ever penetrated here, and these walls have only seen light from the headlamps of explorers. Even though Carlsbad has been a national park since 1930, new rooms in the caves are still being discovered. Just look around. You're completely surrounded by incredible textures and formations.
Looks like a gargoyle crying.
They took it from up on a cherry picker or something, we're up above the floor.
Yeah.
Well, but not that far above the floor.
Pretty
Has
far.
anybody soared with the bats at Carlsbad Caverns? I've been there, but I've never done the evening with the bats.
I
No.
know that. No.
I didn't stay long enough to do it.
No, I didn't either.
Good luck.
Just so you.
Oh, there they are. Look
There
up.
you- do you see
There
them
they are
now?
in the sky.
Creatures of the caverns. Hundreds of thousands of Brazilian free-tailed bats migrate here every summer in search of food for their pups. Ever heard the saying, blind as a bat? Well, bats aren't blind. In fact, they can see almost as well as we can. But because they travel at night, they need to rely on their senses like smell and echolation. See how
They
the
look pretty big.
expeditions are educational? That's what I really love about it, especially for students. I think it would keep them entertained, but at the same time educating them on certain things.
Sure.
They're pretty good sized bats.
Probably a lot of kids in this town that have never been to Carlsbad Caverns. Probably more than you would think. I'd say at least, probably over half of them.
Anyone?
There are people in Carlsbad that have been to the cabin.
That's terrible.
Okay.
All right, so we'll take a little break so we can cut our video. You seem exhausted. That walk down to the caverns got you, huh?
It was a long way.
So what do y'all think about it?
What? The virtual reality?
Yeah,
I think it's very educational.
right?
I think the kids will say, no, don't go so fast. They want her to hang on to it a little longer.
I would think so too, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Because there's a lot to see and it's hard to get it all in one turnaround halfway.
It is, yeah.
And of course, I always look for
It's money well spent by the United Way and by Friends. And this is not just a one-year investment. This is for forever.
You're right.
If you're only gonna do once a month, 20 or 30 years worth.
Yeah.
And, along with what the grant purchased was the Google Expeditions app, which there are over 900 expeditions in this app.
And you can do it
So-
through your own phone too, right? You can put it into the goggles.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I mean, you can do other videos through, without using the Expeditions app,
Yeah.
360 videos, on YouTube, things like that.
Yeah.
But what we're using here is the, Google Expeditions app that came with,
That app. Yeah,
The
yeah.
program.
That's what you
Yes.
that came with it for sure. Did anyone have a favorite part? I mean, you got to see areas where you haven't been before, and then Carlsbad Caverns, where some of us have been. So was it kind of like maybe there's a difference in that? Maybe it brought you back like kind of flashbacks of when you went through caverns?
I like the Bryce Canyon. I have flown over it, but
Yeah.
I've never got to get back. to see
but
that
when
place.
you're 35,000 feet above, you don't feel the immensity of what it is you're
Yeah.
seeing.
For sure. I
And,
think-
and even with the caverns,
Yeah, I didn't recognize part of them. I've been through there 8 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we take different ones from church and the kids.
So that still seemed like something new, even though you've been to the
Oh, yeah.
caverns.
My husband took me when we first married. He
Yeah.
asked me why I wanted to go for a honeymoon, and I said, I want to go to the caverns.
Yeah.
Well, there's 9 of us kids, so, Mom and Dad couldn't afford to take us.
Yeah.
And so, he said,
I
really?
wanna go
I
to
said,
the
yeah.
caverns on my honeymoon.
He's so sweet. I can always keep her happy.
That's awesome.
Well, and back when we went, there was water under the king's, in the queen and king's chamber, and it was still
Yeah.
dripping down. But they said when they built that, parking lot over it, then the rain can't get in, it takes 3 months for it to drain down through there now. But the salt water's in there, and you can see it, it looks like it's gonna fall in, I hate it. They didn't think to do that.
This would be a good way for you to look at it.
Great. Well, okay, so thank you everyone for letting us catch your first tours on video. It's already on our Facebook page. So
Already?
if you want to wave goodbye to everyone and remind them to come on down to the Hubsbook Library and check out the virtual reality tour for yourself. Go to one of the over 900 locations that Tanya has available on her with her travel agency.